Hey guys, my name is Christian. Hopefully you are all doing well. Welcome to my channel. I want to start off this episode by saying a big thanks to Nordic Audio. They were the ones that supplied this hardware unit here for me to try out on the channel. So a big thanks to them, because today it's all about this. The SSL Bus Plus is SSL's latest addition to their VCA compressor lineup. Based on the famous SSL G384 desk bus compressor, famous for its snappy VCA character, glue, and punch. Here we have a featured pack compressor with THD, dynamic EQ, high-pass filters, various attack and release settings, and you also have the option to run the compressor in either dual mono, mid-side, or in classic stereo. And the SSL Bus Plus compressor comes in at $2,899. Alright, so this is one featured pack compressor like I just said, so I will be focusing on the compressor part and the saturation part. But if you are interested in the compressor as a whole, I think SSL did a great job in their introduction video, so check that one out if you want to see all the features included in the SSL Bus Plus. Alright, so let's get to the demos and then I'll come back here and give you my thoughts and opinions on how it was to use the SSL Bus Plus compressor. Alright, so let me start by going through the different settings that I'm going to showcase here today. On the right side we have the bypass button, and on the top left row here you have the 4K mode, which is the Bus Plus saturation mode. And if you hold in the 4K mode, you can switch between 9 different saturation modes, red being the most saturation engaged. And on the left side on the same row, we have low THD, which will decrease saturation in the low end. And in the middle row, we have the feedback mode, which will introduce a more gentle style compression, very well suited for mastering. Alright, so that is really it, so let's get started with the actual demo.
Oh sweetness, will you open your arms and welcome me again? Take my hand and guide me into a shimmering domain. To get the best of me, to get the best of you, to get the best of us takes two. You get the best of me, the best I'll ever be. I show you life again when you are down. You get the best of me, the best I'll ever be. I show you life again when you are down. You get the best of me, the best I'll ever be. I show you life again when you are down. You get the best of me, the best I'll ever be. I show you life again when you are down. Oh sweetness, will you open your arms and welcome me again? Take my hand and guide me into a shimmering domain. To get the best of me, to get the best of you, to get the best of us takes two. You get the best of me, the best I'll ever be. I show you life again when
Alright, so those were my demos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So let's talk a little bit about the compressor. So the build quality is excellent. I really like the stepped knobs, which makes it a bit easier to do recalls. A minor thing is that the power button is on the back side of the compressor. Personally, I would have liked to seen that on the front side of the compressor, but that is of course not a deal breaker. But overall, the build quality is excellent and the unit looks great. But what about the sound? So it definitely has that VCA SSL style snap that we all have come to like. And I've said it in the past, I really like these kind of boxes that have different options like the THD feature, which I think is quite essential in today's workflow. You know, most of us out there are working in the box, and having saturation being done in a hardware unit is definitely a very nice feature. It can be very subtle, and if you go to the extreme in the red mode, it definitely shaves off the transient and you get a more audible style compression and saturation, which is quite nice. But if you back it off, it is quite subtle, and it's nice to have those kind of options. The low THD function is very nice. That is usually how I go about using saturation tools in the box. You know, I saturate the mids, perhaps the high mids, and leave the low end either unsaturated or way less, because you really don't want that distortion in the low end. So a very nice thought out feature. The feedback mode is very nice on the examples that I showed you here today. The rock example, I felt like the compressor perhaps grabbed the snare a bit too much, and there the feedback mode definitely worked a bit better, you know, being a bit more subtle, not grabbing the snare as much, so you could add a bit more compression and it sounded a bit more even. So yet again, a very nice feature. So all in all, this is a great unit. I definitely think that it gives you what it says it will. Just keep in mind, in this range, I think there are a few nice options to consider. But all in all, I definitely think it's a well thought out product, and it is very nice for us that are mainly working in the box. But don't take my word for it. Try one out for yourself. Hopefully you'll like it and enjoy it. And yeah, that is really it for today's episode. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you guys around.